Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another Marquee match up here with me, Kieran. On to our second one of the week. Now we're doing Aston Villa against Chelsea. We've already done Aston against Milan. You can go and check that out on the channel right now. Other two will be coming later. So, Aston Villa against Chelsea is a pretty straightforward one really. All you need is one player from one of the clubs. Max 5 clubs wasn't really that much of an issue. It would have been slightly cheap by like 300 coins if it was. 5 from the same league, not much of an issue when you need players from the same club. 2 rares, and then the 79 and 80 is pretty standard. Prime Electrum Players Pack for this one, which is okay. Sometimes this one does give you a nice little small rare gold players pack, which is quite a bit better, but that's rare, and EA have realised that they're good now, so they've started taking them out a little bit. But yeah, we'll start off with our player from one of the clubs, using an 80 rated player from one of the clubs. So I'm going to use a man I've already got, because it's just a bit easier for me. I'm just going to use Jack Grealish, but you can use anyone here. If you don't have one, you can just buy one. It doesn't need to be a loyal player, don't worry about that, and you're just going to chuck them right centre back. Okay, so I'm using Grealish. There's quite a few you can use from Chelsea as well. I think if you use Villa, it has to be Grealish, but if you use Chelsea, you've got quite a few options. You could go, obviously you're not going to be using Kante or so like you could use normal Chilwell perhaps as an 81, but there are quite a few you can use. And if you don't use a rare, like you could use Kurt Zouma, you could use Alonso, you could use Rudiger, you could use Pulisic, you could use Mason Mount. If you don't use one of those, if you end up using a non-rare for some reason or whatever, just put a rare in the team later on instead of one of the players I've used. So, literally our whole squad is going to be playing in La Liga. It's definitely the cheapest league by far at the moment. We're not going to be using Messi, no. We are going to be using some players that are a bit easier to get. So in goal is going to be Rui Silva. You really didn't think we'd go a week without him, did you? Rui Thiago Dantas de Silva for 400 coins. His perfect link Domingos Duarte is up next, once he loads in. So let's get him in as well. That is Domingos Sousa Mendes Duarte for 500. Over in the left back position, we're going to go with Nacho. As usual, literally 500 coins for Jose Ignacio Martinez Garcia. Across the midfield, we are going to be going with, once we get down there, we are going to be going with Roque Meza. We're also going to be using Johnny, and we're also going to be going with Puertas. They're all going to be going into our side. So you can see here we've got Antonio Jose Rodriguez Diaz. He's known as Puertas for some reason. We've got Jonathan Rodriguez Menendez. At least it makes sense that he's known as Johnny for 500. And then Roque Meza Quevedo, known as Roque Meza, for not many coins whatsoever at 550, which is pretty good again for a 78. So that's that. We will be using another midfielder, or you can. There's quite a few players you can use. I'll go into it a bit later, but basically this right back position here, you just use a player from one of the clubs. Like choose a player from one of the clubs, but I'll go into more detail with it later, so don't worry about that. So moving on to our front three, we are going to be going with 5 go to common. We are going to be using Ruben Garcia, Orellana, and also Jorge Molina. So we're going to chart these three. Now we're going to go Jorge Molina up front, and then we're obviously going to put the other ones in their correct positions on the right and left. So starting with the left hand side, we're going to go with Ruben Garcia Santos for 450. In the middle, we're going to go with Jorge Molina Vidal for 350, and then Fabian Orellana for 350. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move this man here. We're going to move Puertas to right back. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a rare. We're going to use Cucurella. You see an 81 rated rare midfielder. They could be a cam, CDM, a left mid, right mid, centre mid, doesn't matter. But it seems to be 81 rated and strong link team. So I'm going to go Cucurella. That is Mark Cucurella. That gives me 81 chemistry. I've backed out by accident, but Cucurella's our last player. If you had to buy your Villa or Chelsea player, you'll be on 80 instead of 81 chem, but that's still enough. But yeah, Mark Cucurella for 650 finishes off our squad. So let's submit that right now. And we're going to be opening our packs when our next stream, so probably not tomorrow, probably next week. But yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. Let me know what you get. Best of luck. As always, of course, check out the other ones on the channel once they're out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.